Hey guys, welcome back to Cos-Say, the one and only cosplay talk show. Today I have Shoot Style Hero, aka Cody. Say hi, Cody.
Howdy. Hello,
Cody
hello.
Cody does a really good present Mike College AU that I love. As you can see right now, present Mike in general, just a great. We've got a great present Mike here. Um, so Cody, what other cosplays are you pretty proud of?
Man, I mean, I've got to say, like, I don't cosplay her much, but I am actually really proud of my Nana Shimura cosplay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I, uh, I used to be into cosplay. I started cosplaying about 7 years ago. And I kind of got out of cosplay about, oh man, math, about 2 years ago, give or take.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kind of, I don't know, there were some people in the local community that I kind of wanted to avoid, and I didn't really know many people like outside of the local community. So I just kind of like dropped out for a while. And then my roommate, who I met through cosplay, she had made some other friends at a con, and she was like, "Hey, we're gonna go to this con, and Justin Briner's gonna be there." And I was like, "Oh, okay, can I come?" And she's like, "Yeah, sure." And so I was added to the group and everything, and I started to get cosplay, get back into cosplay. And I started with Shinso and Nana Shimura. And I'm actually really proud of my Nana Shimura because that was like the most effort that I had put into cosplay in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to like get back into the groove of it. Like I was able to make the whole big cape myself, and I made like the little red cape is actually made out of a extra large T-shirt because I to save money. And so I was able to use an extra large T-shirt for that, and I'm stupidly proud of that. I don't know why that's like one of the things I'm most proud of, but I'm definitely proud of that. And I was able to style the wig in a way that I'm pretty happy with, and yeah, I don't know. That whole cosplay just came together really nicely for me, and I'm really proud of that. But I am also really proud of I'm really proud of my Young Hero mic that I'm working on right now.
Mm-hmm.
I unfortunately didn't bring my speakers with me, but I've been working on the Young Hero mic speakers,
Oh
the ones that
yeah.
he wears on the back of his hands. We just saw it recently in the Vigilantes manga, and I'm actually really proud of those because there's no pattern or anything out there, so I just kind of like I would just went for it, and
Yeah.
they've turned out really good so far. They aren't finished, and I've been kicking myself ever since I left, and I was like, shoot, I left one of it. I wanted to grab one before I left, but I'm really proud of how those are turning out. So
How long have you
those
been
are
working on them?
honestly, I started like last week. I was able to I drafted the pattern for it um, in about a night, a couple hours. And then in one day, I was able to trace all the foam pieces, cut them all out, put them all together, and then the next day I was able to finish up the parts for the first one and make the entire second one. And so now I've gotten to the point where it's like I have to plastic dip it, but unfortunately the weather hasn't been great. But it's about 3 days worth of work on them so far, and they're pretty close to being done. But it's been an interesting process, but they're turning out really good. I'm very proud of them.
That's awesome. I really hope you post pictures soon, like what the product finished looks like.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely will be posting pictures real soon. I'm getting that cosplay together for GalaxyCon in Louisville, which is actually next weekend. And I'm gonna be wearing that Saturday of Galaxy, so I'll be getting that together really soon. So I will definitely be posting pictures.
Awesome. And you said that you worked pretty hard on your. I'm gonna mess up her name, but that one.
Not a
Yeah. Um, how long did you actually spend on that?
Oh man, that was when I first got started back into cosplay. I think it took me. I mean, it took me a little while to like get back into the groove of working on cosplay. So I want to say it took me a couple of weeks. For the most part, it didn't take me too terribly long. Um, but I mean, oh gosh, I don't know. It didn't take me more than a couple weeks, I don't think. It was more involved than Shinso was. Shinso was like, all right, I need to buy the wig and I need to buy the sports uniform, and
Mhm.
that's basically it. The gym uniform, that was basically it for Shinso. But yeah, Nana, I think took a couple of weeks. I think it did.
Awesome.
It wasn't too involved, but yeah, that sounds about right. I don't know. It was back in March. I don't remember dates or times. Time is an illusion.
Since you recently just got back into cosplay, what's your favorite part? Like, what got you back in?
Honestly, the people that I've met. I mean, I got back into it because I was really stoked to meet Justin Briner, who's Deku's voice actor. And at the time, Deku was my favorite character. But you know, somebody in the group was already cosplaying Deku, so unfortunately I couldn't cosplay Deku. That's why I chose Shinso. But you know, I got back into it just to like, you know, be in a group cosplay again with some friends of my friend. And you know, I ended up becoming really good friends with them. And then you know, I started getting into TikTok and meeting people through TikTok and then meeting people through Instagram. And a lot of my friends that I have nowadays, I've kind of met through cosplay. So I've got to say that's definitely probably one of my favorite things about cosplay is the people that you meet. Yeah. 100%.
And you said something about people in the community making you leave. Like, what happened there? Like, if it's not like a super personal thing, you don't have to like say names or anything.
Well, it's mostly kind of personal reasons. It was basically just my ex that I wanted to avoid, and so that was generally the majority of it. It was just, you know, drama having to do with local cosplay. It happens sometimes, and so it was just easier for me to just kind of leave the community at the time and, you know, come back later when I didn't have all of those bad feelings about, you know, hanging out with people in cosplay. So that's really all it was.
That's cool. Okay. Well, I'm sorry you had to leave, but like, I'm really glad that you're back. You're really awesome.
Yeah, I've gotten so much support since I've gotten back into cosplay, like even more than I had before, because you know, before it was mostly just you know, for the local stuff. I was hanging out with people at the local Homestuck meetups. Funny enough, the friend that whose place I'm currently recording at, we actually met at a Homestuck meetup years and years ago, and we just recently re-met through Twitter. And that kills me every time, but I totally lost my train of thought.
No, it's cool.
I knew it's gonna happen eventually.
It's fine. I totally forgot the question because I was busy listening.
Professionalism at its finest.
Oh yeah, my teacher's gonna love this. How about we go on to the next question? That's gonna be completely spontaneous. Actually, no, wait. Okay, so as I said, I really love your what's it called? Wow. Present Mike College AU. How does it, like, I don't really know how people feel about AUs. Like, I mean, in your perspective, how do you think people respond to your to the AU characters in comparison to like your other videos?
Well, I mean, funny enough, one of the friends that I currently have that I met through Twitter, I didn't meet because of my cosplay stuff. I actually, you know, I'm kind of taking minor hiatus from cosplay stuff, mostly from like TikTok and everything, because TikTok's a lot of work. But one of the friends that I met through Twitter, she actually was like, yeah, so I'm like actually following you on TikTok and I love your College AU mic. And I'm like, are you serious? This is so wild. But she absolutely adores my College AU mic. And I've seen a lot of love for it. Specifically, people really like the jackets, which, by the way, I will plug. They're by the artist Rad Jinja. As far as I know, they don't have the jackets on their website. I think they still have some Present Mic ones that they take with them to cons, but I'm honestly not sure. They're at Anime NYC this weekend, and I can't remember seeing it on their setup or not. But, I mean, for the most part, I feel like, I don't know, AUs are fun, you know? It's like everyone is used to like canon versions of characters and going based off of canon events and canon personality types and stuff. But, you know, sometimes it's fun to like take that character and be like, what if they were evil? Or what if they were in college? Or, you know, something like that. It's interesting seeing how people will take those characters and change them up a little bit, because like, you know, most frequently you see villain AUs of like hero characters, because, you know, it's a My Hero Academia, let's make them villains.
Yeah,
and they're really cool. I love seeing the villain AUs and everything like that. I have yet to actually do one myself, other than a little bit of villain Shinso. But yeah, no, I love doing the AU stuff. It's really interesting how people will put their own spin on it. I really enjoy seeing them.
Have you like thought about doing like dabbling in any other AUs?
I've kind of thought about it a little bit. My girlfriend and my girlfriend cosplays Aizawa mostly, and she's literally the whole reason why I cosplay Mike is because she was cosplaying Aizawa before we met, and we actually met through TikTok. Another reason why I enjoy the people that I've met through TikTok, met through cosplay. But she already cosplayed Aizawa, and we both shipped Eraser Mike, and then I'm like, well, I guess I'm gonna cosplay Mike. And so we've kind of thought about some other AUs. I've had some AUs in mind that like I was planning on doing before Halloween, but then there was some stuff that popped up and I wasn't really able to get around to it. But I have a couple of ideas in mind that I still would like to touch on and do some TikToks and stuff with that because it'll be interesting. I'm excited to do the makeup for them.
That's awesome. I'm really excited to see that. You talked a little bit about ships. I mean, that's a big controversy sometimes. Like, some people have a lot of opinions. Do you ever get comments about that?
I mean, not really, because I think part of the reason why I don't get too much about ships is generally because I did a lot of Shinzo, but I've been doing a lot more Mike content recently and some more Aizawa content. And I think part of the reason why people are a little bit more chill when it comes to like Eraser Mike and other ships like that, is that they're adults, and I find that a lot of like older people in the community have a tendency to want to ship the older people in the series, and for the most part, I feel like a lot of the more mature people in the fandom, they're more willing to just be like, that's not my ship, but that's cool. But I tend to not do a whole lot. Like, bless you.
Thank you. Sorry.
You're good. No worries. I tend to not do as much with the younger ships, but that's where I see a lot of the hate. Like specifically, there's so much controversy around Bakudeku.
Yeah.
And like, oof. I try and stay away from that as much as possible because that's drama that I don't need in my life. I try to live a drama-free life.
Yeah.
I've already had plenty of that when I was younger. I don't need more of it.
Yeah. There was actually a live stream that I was in the other day where somebody was talking about, I think it was Mineta and All Might, and the person running the live stream was like, we don't ship minors and adults. We don't do that here. And I think that's like a big reason why ships have been on my mind. Like that's that's a thing.
Yeah, we don't ship the minors and adults. That's bad. That's very bad. We don't do the pedo stuff.
It's very awkward.
Yeah, it brings up a lot of negativity.
Yeah, because the cosplay community is very involved and has a lot of other communities within it. Like, I mean, you have a bunch of different cosplayers coming from a bunch of different backgrounds, so there's a lot of things that like connect, and it makes it awkward for, I think, a lot of the communities because they're just like,
yeah.
I think that's the one thing most people can agree on.
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, I understand that, like, sometimes it can be like a trauma thing, and I mean, I could kind of understand that, but for the most part, it's like we're just gonna leave that side of the fandom alone. I don't, it's something that I really don't want to get I don't want to get into that. I really don't.
Yeah.
Let's just avoid that entirely.
Sounds good. Do you have any advice for cosplayers?
Just do it. It's honestly been my number one thing because, like, I don't do them as much anymore, but I used to do a lot of live streams, and that was actually a common question that the people would give me is like, where do you start with cosplays, or like, do you have advice for beginning cosplayers? And honestly, it's just do it. Like, if you don't have a whole lot of money, you gotta get creative with it. I mean, honestly, most of this outfit I ended up getting from like thrift stores.
Yeah.
And this whole thing, I think this entire cosplay ended up costing me only about $40. Oh, wow. And the most expensive part was like the wig. And the wig I actually got from Amazon. Lace front wigs are actually pretty cheap on Amazon. You just got to check those reviews, but you can get some nice ones. But like, check thrift stores. I mean, that's like the main thing is that it's like, you can find a lot of interesting things at thrift stores for sure. But don't be afraid to start. Like everyone's got to start somewhere. Like my very first cosplay was Trisha Elric from Full Metal Alchemist, and the only reason I cosplayed her was because at the time my hair was long and my natural color is like brown, so I was literally able to put my hair in a side pony, get a purple dress, an apron, have a basket of fruit, and that was my whole cosplay. That was it. But yeah, don't be afraid to start. Like everyone's got to start somewhere. You know, like even if it's not perfect, you'll get there. You get there. It's a learning process. It really is. So just do it. If you want to get into cosplay, just do the thing.
Yeah.
Believe in yourself.
Since you first started, you've done a lot more things. Like how do you view your own glow up?
What? It's still mind blowing to me. I don't know. Like I just still find it incredible the amount of support that I've gotten since getting back into the community. Because like you know, at the time of recording this, I've got around like 39,000 TikTok followers, and I'm just like, I've never gotten more than like 500 followers on like any of my social media. What is this? This is insane. Like I don't even know. Like it's incredible the support that I've gotten. I mean, I can say for sure that I've definitely gotten better at cosplay. Mm-hmm. Like I said, it's one of those things you just get better at, you know, you get better at kind of picking out like, you know, this is the kind of like material that I want to stay away from. This is what I want to look for. This is a website that I want to look at. This is one that I kind of want to stay away from. You know, it's a learning process, but like, I don't know. I don't know what to make of the popularity that I've gotten since like getting back into. I don't know. It's insane to me. Every day I'm still just like, what in the world is going on here? My girlfriend's like, you're talented. I'm like,
You really are though.
People keep telling me this and I'm just like, are you sure?
Someday you'll get to the point where enough people are telling you that you'll believe it.
Maybe.
I really hope you did believe it. You really are fantastic.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
No problem. Well, yeah, that's all the questions that I have.
Well, it's been fun for sure. Yeah. It was really nice talking to you.
It was really nice talking to you too. I'm going to say goodbye to whoever's following me and watching these. And yeah. Okay. Bye, guys.